Okay, let me know when you're ready.
Okay, well, it's loading now. We'll watch you.
Okay.
Let's keep going.
All right, we are live. I call this meeting to order at 1:05 p.m. Secretary Reed, can you call the roll?
Yes. Nathan Scott,
Here.
Ariana Reed,
Here.
Shara Golden,
Here.
Connor Peters,
Here.
Sean Peters,
Here.
Connor Music,
Here.
Luke Armstrong,
Here.
Darby Hay, Eli Trimmer,
Uh, what up?
Nick Schultz, Jet Trimmer,
Here.
Julio,
Here.
Tate McCoy,
Here.
Seth Nidell, Charles Anderson,
Here.
Clark Connors, Brett Shanks,
Here.
Jonathan Dishman,
Here.
Kay Cortez, and Mickey Porter.
Thank you. Looks like we have quorum. Now we'll have the adoption of the minutes. Without objection, those get adopted. And we'll have the adoption of the agenda. Without objection, those get adopted. Okay, we'll move on to committee reports. Eli Trimmer, Capital Projects.
Hello. So I still have not heard from administration about our plan to essentially, hopefully, compromise on Baker and have SGA Amesbury Western kind of co-partner to get some awesome stuff done. We have everything we need to implement the projects. We have all the quotes. We have all the providers. We have a yes from us pretty much. All we are is waiting on them, which again, like I said last week when we had our meeting, it sounded really hopeful from them. So I'm kind of going in with high hopes on what's going to come out of it. So other than that, I have nothing really to report. I have a meeting today at 2:00 right after this with Sally Gibson regarding Hearn Center and some projects, potential projects that could be happening there. If you're interested in capital projects, basically we've been emailing back and forth for like a whole week. I have messaged some of you in the chat privately through the Zoom meeting, and others I have texted you personally through your phones. If you guys could get back to me, just some meeting times that would work best for you, that would be awesome. Monday at 11 is looking like our tentative time. I think Charles is good to go. So I'm waiting on a few more. But other than that, that's pretty much all I have. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Senator Trimmer? All right, we'll move on to Mickey Pulliam, ADA Committee.
Nothing to report, but I do gotta say, right now I'm a one-man show, and I know that's when you're in the committee, so please join the committee. I know it's not really the most interesting stuff, but it's really interesting. So, yeah. That's what I have to say.
Are there any questions for Senator Pulliam? Okay, we'll move on to Brett Shanks.
Nothing too much to report on. Been working with Luke on a project, but this week we're going to be going over some ideas to some ideas we might be pursuing in the future. And that's about it.
Are there any questions for Senator Shanks? Okay, we'll move on to Hannah Berry. She is sending her report. Like everyone knows that on the 22nd of October at 1:30 p.m. is the next Board of Governors meeting. And so there is a Zoom link available if anyone wants to watch. She also wants to thank for Shanks for filling out the Google form nominating the nurse department faculty for next week's Grace Bake Gratitude recipients. So, and she wants to remind everyone to please fill out their Google form, and that's what she has to do. So if you have any questions, you can email her. Okay, so we'll move on to Sean Peters, Director of Finance.
So the only thing I have to report is we are currently working on implementing the changes that were passed in Senate last week. That is all.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Director Peters? All right, we'll move on to Connor Peters, Director of Public Relations and Marketing.
Hey guys, so this week I've been communicating with Missouri Western Purchasing, and so I drafted, I got approved, and we were able to yesterday order 750 rally towels for our watch party that we're holding later this month and then beyond. So that's really exciting. I have drafted and posted a press release for Senate Bill Fiscal Year 21-14, the FOC revision. So that's part one of making those revisions kind of known to the students here at Missouri Western. We talked about Griff's Bake Gratitude a little bit, but I finished the branding on that and then posted the first feature for that initiative. So that is out on our social media. And then I talked with the CSI and Jessica Froge, and I got vendor information about where we can get retractable banners and reusable marketing material. So we have a vendor. I've made designs for those, and they should be ordered here pretty soon. And then I have some pretty enlightening stats about our social media, in particular Facebook. So we've been continually posting on our social media platforms this month. And on Facebook, that continual posting has led to a 16% increase in people reached, and then a 48% increase in post engagements. And the important thing to keep in mind is that growth is completely organic. It costs $0. So it's really nice to see that our platforms are growing at no cost. And that's all I have to report.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Director Peters? All right, we'll move on to Luke Armstrong, Director of Griff's Give Back. Well, you should be able to hear the same. Luke, can you hear us?
Yeah, so sorry. I was joining over the computer. My computer was having some issues. So the main thing I have to report this week is I am currently working on an event with some other directors, and hopefully we can announce it soon. We're going through the approval process right now. And other than that, I have officially set up a time with our schools to drop off those supplies that we gathered, and so that will be brought to the schools very soon. And yeah, that's about it.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Director Armstrong? Okay, we'll move on to Connor Music, Assistant Director of External Relations.
All right, I don't have much to report this week. Last week after Senate, I reached out to a possible event speaker. I get to hear back from them. So after Senate today, we will not be having an external affairs meeting because I will be using that time to get in contact with them through another means to try and see if I can get them scheduled. If that goes through over this weekend, I will be writing the approval process to send to the administration so that we can get our first virtual external affairs event up and going.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Director Music? Okay, we'll move on to Jashira Bolden, Director of Student Involvement.
Hi guys, I don't have too much to report, but I have been working with Luke for his event that's coming up at the end of the month once he announces it. And I'm also beginning to work with Hannah, the CSI, the alumni, and WAC as we're beginning to get a watch party together for the end of the month to watch the football game. And lastly, I've begun working a little harder for Nathan and Ariana's Leadership Summit, which is with the RSOs, for them to kind of just have that one-on-one experience with them. So that's all I have to report.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Director Bolden? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to my report. Thank you guys for being here. I sent out an email, yesterday, I believe, and so, thank you for people who like responded and things like that. I did want to touch on one thing from the email, which is joining committees. There is a lot of work that I know we all want to do here, and so joining those committees would really be helpful in helping each other out, reaching their goals. If you have time, you can join more than one committee, but at least sitting on one committee would be extremely helpful to would be extremely helpful to the chairs of those committees. So just keep that in mind and just think of ways to stay engaged with both SGA and the campus as a whole. We'll move on to the president's report.
All right, hello everyone. So I want to reiterate some things that Ariana's talked about. I really just like coming from a person that's been in the Senate and was vice president and now president. I think it's amazing to have the leadership opportunities that we have within the student government, and I think that's something that sometimes we all take for granted a little bit. And as a senator, as a director, in the e-board, we need to make sure that we're making the most of the positions that we're a part of. And that means getting involved in our committees, because our committees are amazing opportunities to create real positive change in our campus community. Being senators, you have some amazing privileges, being able to speak on legislation, being able to have a voice, and you're supposed to use your position as a way to voice the concerns of others as well, voice the opinions of others, and be that advocate not just for yourself but for everyone in the campus. So it's so important that we recognize the privileges that we have in this position and that we utilize those not just for us but for everyone. So that's what I had to say on that. Moving on that. So some of the work that we've done this week, you'll notice if you're able to see, I don't know if Zoom can pick it up as well, but there are now microphones across this room. But you'll notice, I'm sure many of you are asking yourselves, well, there's microphones here. Why does it still sound like it sounded last week? That's because they aren't set up yet. Hopefully next week, or if things stall, there's a lot of projects over in IT, but hopefully, I'm hoping next week, these microphones will actually work and we'll have other stuff installed in here. But we are in the progress. There's visual progress now, but hopefully we'll have some more advancement on that soon, but I'm very excited to see it moving along. Besides that, this week, we've been kind of working on some of our projects. We've been implementing our changes that we learned from our 360 evaluation. So we sent out a notice to all our executive board employees that moving forward, 75% of office hours have to be completed in the office. Again, 1217. Of course, that is still taking into factor if you have any potential for COVID-19, stuff like that. All those policies, those still apply. Make sure that you're as safe as possible during this. But now, you should be seeing directors more in the office hours. Before we were allowing remote work, and we're allowing less that. That way we can have more collaborative team energy and to be more accessible to students. So that's a change that we've been working on. Beyond that, each director, as they reported, been working on some amazing stuff, and I'm excited to see what's going on. But that's what I got really to report for today. And thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Are there any questions for President Scott? All right, we'll move on to new business. Senate Bill Fiscal Year 21-15, removal of Senator Hay. And MWSU Senate Bill to confirm the removal of Darby Hay from the 2020-2021 MWSU SGA Senate, whereas he has failed to meet the attendance requirements to be a senator in the SGA Senate. Therefore, we, the Student Government Association of Missouri Western State University, hereby enact to confirm the removal of Darby Hay from the 2020-2021 MWSU SGA Senate. Therefore, let it be finally enacted that copies of this bill shall be sent to Nathan Scott, SGA President, and Hannah Piowski, Dean of Students, for signature. Sponsorship speech from President Scott.
All right, everyone. So again, one of the many privileges and also responsibilities of the position that senators hold is attendance of Senate. And unfortunately, many people have not been attending Senate regularly as they're supposed to. We've sent out a notice recently to our senators saying, please attend. And we have some people that have elected to try and work in corrective action. Unfortunately, some have not responded. So moving forward, we may see more of these, but today we are voting on this one. It has not met their attendance requirements. Therefore, that is why this bill is up today. So,
Thank you. Are there any questions for President Scott? All right. This is the first reading, so we'll move on to Senate Bill Fiscal Year 21-16, Dungeon and Dragons Club. So an MWSU Senate bill to recognize the Dungeons and Dragons Club as a recognized student organization. Whereas the Dungeons and Dragons Club currently has to require members to become a registered student organization. Whereas their purpose is to play along with helping others learn how to play Dungeons and Dragons, along with building a community of those with similar interests and helping others feel invited. And whereas the organization meets all requirements to become a recognized student organization, therefore we, the Student Government Association of Missouri Western State University, hereby enact to approve the Dungeons and Dragons Club as a recognized student organization. Therefore, let it be finally enacted that a copy of this bill should be sent to Nathan Scott, SGA President, and Hannah Piowski, Dean of Students, for signature. Sponsorship speech by Director Bolden.
Hi, everyone. So this organization has met the required qualifications to become a registered student organization.
Thank you. I do want to add that they have been working really hard to complete this process, so it would help a lot for us to approve them and kind of get them situated as it are. So, moving on to Senate Bill Fiscal Year 21-17, Valorant Club. An MWSU Senate bill to recognize the Valorant Club as a recognized student organization. Whereas the Valorant Club currently has the required members to become a recognized student organization. And whereas their purpose is to foster awareness of this new and growing game of Valorant while encouraging people to learn to play the game. And whereas the organization meets all requirements to become a recognized student organization. Therefore, we, the Student Government Association of Missouri Western State University, hereby enact to approve the Valorant Club as a recognized student organization. Therefore, let it be finally enacted that a copy of this bill be sent to Nathan Scott, SGA President, and Hannah Piowski, Dean of Students, for signature. Sponsorship speech from Director Bolden.
Hi, everyone, again. They have met all the qualifications to become a registered student organization.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Director Bolden? Okay. President Scott.
So when it comes to Valorant Club, and there'll be other clubs coming in the future, this is part of the new esports program that's going on at Missouri Western. There are different levels of it. There's the recreational level, which will be when you can drop into the esports arena and play games. But then there's also the next level, which is the club level. And then finally, you have the actual esports team, the varsity level. This is the club level. There's going to be a system of multiple clubs. So this one's for the game Valorant. In the future, we could see other ones like potentially something like Smash Bros. Or other games like that. That's going to be in the future. But so this is the first of a series of clubs. So I just want to let you know that this is the start of developing the gaming community at Missouri Western, and this is connected to the esports program in kind of a loose, informally formal way. So.
Thank you. Are there any questions?
Not really a question, but since it's two RSOs we're doing in the center that just happened to show up, what do we just want to do unanimous consent for all three?
If you want to, yeah.
What's the wording for it? Proper wording?
Yeah. You would ask,
Move
I asked for unanimous consent.
Ask for unanimous consent.
Yeah, I don't know the proper proceedings either.
Okay, so real quick, I'm gonna try and, ask for unanimous consent to approve the 3 legislation, and then without objection would be if there's no objection on it, so.
I ask for unanimous consent for Senate Bills 1517.
Okay, so right now, we're asking if there's any objection to unanimous consent. That would be just putting them all together and approving them at one time. If there's any objections, I don't want to say speak now for the piece, but kind of. Okay.
Wait, I'm sorry, so what you guys are asking is you're gonna put all these bills up at one time and approve them at one time, is that what you're asking?
Yes,
Yeah.
with that, if there's any objection, then we won't, but that is what we're putting up for the table, yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I understood.
Okay. So I don't see any objections, so without objection, those do pass.
You still want to vote on them, you're just going to consider them now.
Oh, okay. We all consider them all at one time.
Yeah.
Okay, Secretary Reed, can you call a roll call vote for all 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So for the ones that are here, starting with Eli Trimmer,
Aye.
Maria Mills,
Aye.
Turner,
Was that me?
Yeah.
Oh, aye. My bad.
thank you. Trevor Mule,
Aye.
Kate McCoy,
Aye. Sorry, computer problems.
Charles Anderson,
Aye.
Bert Shank,
Aye.
Jonathan Dishman,
Aye.
and Mickey Fulton.
All right, so now, those all do pass. Thank you, guys. Oh, we learn something new every day. That was interesting. All right, so now we'll be moving on to open discussion. Is there anything that anyone would like to bring up during this time?
I have something.
President Scott.
Okay, so this goes out to all the senators. I want to have literally an open discussion here about what you feel would be good incentives to help promote engagement in the Senate, because I think that's something that is a issue of concern and something that we're trying to figure out, in our executive team, how we can help promote activity in the Senate. So I just want to see if there's any thoughts on anything that would either something like training, or if there's some sort of incentive that you feel would be good for helping promote engagement and also helping promote recruitment into Senate. What would you like to see? What do you think would attract senators to Senate? So just open discussion. If anyone has anything, feel free to chime in.
I feel like the process is kind of confusing now that we have like COVID, and so we just make it less confusing, how we become senators.
Okay.
So it's confusing for me, and I've been a senator, it's been way more senator, so.
Okay, that's a good point. I don't know if you all heard that, but Senator Pulliam mentioned that it's harder to understand like the process of becoming a senator. And I do agree, there have been some changes that we had to make due to COVID, and just having this virtual and in-person aspect of Senate, which is something that we've never done before. Usually it's only one way to attend. But yeah, does anybody else have any thoughts on that or any suggestions to?
I know, like on the website, is there like always like, I never like joined the Senate meeting virtually through the YouTube. Is there like just a link people go through?
On the website?
Not on the website, but we tweet it and we put it on Facebook before each meeting.
All right, I feel like what we could probably do is like on the website, if we ever send meetings at this time due to COVID, you have to join through YouTube. We post the link on these accounts at these times, so check these comes these certain times to get the link.
Okay.
And then that would probably be a lot more helpful.
Yeah.
Um,
I agree.
Is there a possibility that we could send out like a mass email with like the link to like the YouTube like every Friday or something? So it's like a notification that pops up on your phone that says, hey, it's kind of like that you up text, but it's not 2 a.m.
We could definitely look into that, see if we can find a system that works for that.
Okay, that's a good suggestion. Anything else?
Also, I so hate to interrupt. Maria Mills, would you check your chat for me? Thank you. I'm so sorry.
Okay, is there anything else on that topic or any other topics that someone would like to bring up for open discussion?
Dress code restrictions.
Okay, what about that?
Like some people who are not into this stuff don't have clothes, like don't have like red black, you know.
Okay, that's understandable. So, is there another option that you're proposing? I will say that, I have implemented the dress code as a way to formalize our meetings more, especially since they are broadcast live on YouTube. It just gives a more professional feel if we all have some sense of coordination as far as how we present ourselves for the students. So, but I'm open to any of the suggestions, or if you can think of any, you can email me or message me, or if you have some right now you can share.
I was just thinking like blue jeans, everybody has blue jeans.
Yeah.
You know, you have, like in there, the black jeans are available, but hardly anybody has black jeans.
I'm almost wondering here, and this is just, again, open discussion on this. If we formalize with polos, but if their blue jeans were available, but as long as, if you're going to wear blue jeans and you have to have the SGA polo on or something like that, I don't know, this open discussion thoughts. Or you gotta tuck your blue jeans under the table and just have the polo. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Can I ask, I don't even know. So I wrote a resolution that we're supposed to go to faculty senate. Whatever came of that?
Let's investigate on that, because I think we need to track that down and figure out that, because that's a good point. That definitely, we
Okay,
need to see what happened with that.
okay.
And we'll let you know, once we look into that further.
Okay, we worked very hard on that bill, and it was supposed to be like voted in like April and or March, and it never happened. So I want something to happen to it, you know? So, okay.
Okay, thank you.
We will look into that. Sorry.
Are there any other topics for discussion?
I wanted to go back to the first one about the issue of getting like, senator involvement and stuff. I think like from my perspective as a new senator this year, there's a lot of questions about like, yeah, like how you get legislation like going and like a lot of questions about just different things and also like getting to know each other. So I don't know if something like a Discord chat, or if, especially because of all the social distancing, if something like that, or I don't know, just like a mass thing that we could go to like just ask questions about things or like shoot ideas to each other and stuff. I don't know.
That's a fantastic idea. I think that's something that we could, like, some sort of group chat, basically. I think definitely that's something we should look into. We'd have to figure out what the best platform would be for it, but I think that'd be great. That actually reminds me of something a little bit aside. I do want to mention, When it comes to Discord, if you're part of the Missouri Western Discord and you're an SGA member, there is an SGA tag. Let me know that you're in the Discord and I can give you an SGA tag on there, and it'll identify you as a member of SGA so other students are able to know, hey, this is a student representative. I can come to them with issues. So keep that in mind and let me know on that. But yeah, sorry. But besides that, yes, I think a group chat would be great.
Are there any other ideas on that matter?
I think like on like news centers, it's, or at least me, like that part, like making bills and all that. You kind of forget how to write it at some points. Like if we have somewhere for like a template, like just beginning of it, like you put this here, this here, this here, just a basic template for us to go find somewhere on the website. And download, just write one for resolution, one for a bill, so we can fill it out. If someone wants to write a bill or a resolution or something like that, that might be helpful, because I already lost that one. I think we had at the retreat.
Mm-hmm. And what I could do is I can share all of those presentations from the retreat with everyone else, just so, because we covered a few topics during the retreat that not everyone was able to attend. So I can share all of those materials with everyone. Does everyone have access to that Google Drive?
No.
Oh, okay, so I'll share that template also, just so you guys can know how it is. And if you have any questions, feel free to email us and like let us know, like, hey, can you review this for us? I don't know if I did this correctly, stuff like that.
So one other thing real quick, just a question that we kind of, in a upper level executive team meeting, we discussed. How many of you as senators know that you can write bills? Do you all know that you can write bills? Or, because we've been questioning that. If you all are aware that we don't just write the bills, that you all can write bills on any topic. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah. So really, it would be very helpful if y'all were to look at issues and stuff. And if you need help with writing bills, we have an amazing team. Brianna will be happy to help you with anything on that. We'd love to see y'all write some more bills and have some more stuff that we can discuss.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else for open discussion? No? Okay, well, thank you guys for bringing up any ideas and issues that you all felt. I think this is very productive, and we'll make sure to look into everything that was brought up today. So thank you guys for that. We'll move on to announcements. Is there any announcements that should be made? All right, seeing none, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
All right, this meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.